Alright guys, how's it going? Now if you watched the morning briefing prior to this video, you'll know I'm not very well. I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm in quite a bit of pain. So if I look worse than I usually do, that's why. Alright, I personally think I just look the same. I know I've got a face for radio. But yeah, I'm not on form today, alright. But I'm here. I won't let you guys down. Right, we're going to be talking about the new manager situation, or the vacant managerial situation at Anfield. As it's a new week, I went straight to the betting odds this morning to see what's what. And there has been some changes in the betting. And Xabi Alonso is now 10 to 11. That's almost evens. The price has gone out, if you like. So, which would explain why Ruben Amorim is now 5 to 2. I think Ruben Amorim's got shorter. I can't remember. I think he might have been 3 to 1. He's now 2.5 to 1. Which, doesn't, football betting doesn't really indicate anything, I've got to be honest with you, but it's certainly something to consider, especially if you see an outsider suddenly come real short, which Ruben Amorim did. If you remember, he was probably a 10th, 12th outsider at one point, but that was who I put my money on, as like, well, if it's not going to be Alonso, I'm going for Amorim. So I actually have money on Amorim being the next manager. I would prefer Alonso to be the next manager. But yeah, so Amorim did come crashing in, or crashing down, whichever way you want to look at the price, really shortened. And then again, and he's been a consistent second favourite for some time with Bet365. So Alonso is 10 to 11. Ruben Amorim is 5 to 2. Roberto De Zerbi is 5 to 1. That's maintained. That stayed around the same thing. Pep Lijnders has come down again to 8 to 1. Fourth favourite, ahead of Julian Nagelsmann, who is 9 to 1. Gary O'Neill, 14 to 1. He's come down. Thomas Frank's gone out. So I think it's worth looking at these things, and because usually these are obviously affected by the money that is wagered on individual selections, individual candidates. And why would people suddenly put more money on one individual than another? So with Alonso, a lot of people are going to be betting with their heart and not their head because they want it to happen. But I try to find value, and well, Ruben Amorim was, I think, 16 to 1 at one point, and he's now 2.5 to 1, 5 to 2. So I do think you have to, watch these, because if money is going on, say, Pep Lijnders, who's come down again, why is that? Who's backing him, and what have they heard? Because I don't think many sensible people would, when I say sensible, I mean like, just an ordinary fan maybe, that hasn't got any connections with anyone or anything. They just, they follow Liverpool or whatnot. Maybe that, I can't see them just going, oh, I fancy a tenner on Pep Lijnders. It just wouldn't make sense. I actually think that Pep Lijnders, as you know, is in the running to be the next Liverpool manager. But I think that would only be, as I've said many times before on here, if the primary targets didn't come to fruition. I know Pep Lijnders has said he's leaving and he doesn't want the job. That's absolute nonsense. He would give anything to have the job. But, we did a video on here a couple of weeks ago. It probably said Club Sauce. I think it had Club Sauce in the title, Pep and Klopp in the title as well, if you want to find it. It definitely says Club Sauce, and it'll be the one that says Pep and Klopp, because there were suggestions that Pep Lijnders was considering throwing his hat into the ring, and that Klopp had said, look, do it. It ain't a problem for me. I back you. I support you with that. So it is interesting. It is interesting, but it's by no means like, just because the betting odds say there doesn't mean anything really, like, oh, that's definitely going to happen then. But it is a factor that we should consider when we monitor these things, definitely. All right, so just to clarify that again, in case it didn't make sense, Alonso's price has got bigger, which means that he's not as strong a favourite as he was, according to this particular bookmaker. Whereas Ruben Amorim has got stronger. Bookmakers are now like, oh, we need to shorten that price a little bit. It's worth monitoring, guys, that's all. And again, Roberto De Zerbi third, Pep Lijnders fourth favourite, despite saying he's leaving the club. Incredible, really. In fact, you know what? We'll make a video about Pep Lijnders next. This is something I want to talk to you specifically about him. Okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to do, was just bring you up to date on these things. I will be hosting a live stream on here at 3 p.m, 3 o'clock UK time this afternoon. Please try and come along. I know it's the international break, but I get a bit lonely when you don't all turn up. All right, so stop being selfish and come and say hello to me at 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you appreciate this video, please give it a thumbs up. Doesn't mean you agree with me or endorse what I'm saying. Please leave a comment, and if you want to get me a coffee, hit that super thanks button and put a smile on these chubby cheeks. All right, guys. Read the video description, sign up to the newsletter, follow me on social media, etc., etc. All right, guys. Let me know what you think about this. Yeah, we'll speak soon.